It seems like for some reason it was just doing all of the problems that one go live. And I don't know what caused it, and I didn't do anything to fix it but end the stream and restart the stream. Now we have to sit through ads again though, so that's fun. Yeah. I also had my audio settings fuck up, so I have no idea if this is good volume or if this is too loud, or I don't know anything about anything anymore. But we're gonna be going to ads here in just a second again, so be right back. Stable, but I have no way to check until someone joins the stream, so. Out what it was, chat. I figured out what it was. My channel wasn't muted in the background. All that annoyance because I am very dumb. Alright, well. Now my sound's probably all messed up. I have no idea if it's too loud or not. Please let me know. Anyways, we're gonna get started with this. Tutorial, begin journey. The stars have been inhibited for the greater part of the millennia. Through wars, plagues, and expansions, the interstellar churches have endured. Just a reminder, this is a sponsored stream. The devs were kind enough to give me a key for this. I am very grateful. For generations, the church has strengthened their control over stasis, a hybrid matrix that sustains life for long hibernation of interstellar travel. You too can own this game. They have a deal bundle going on right now for all their legacy games, including this, and Quarantine Circular, and Subsurface Circular, and Thomas Was Alone, and 2 other games we didn't play. So, it's a great deal. You should check it out. Stars have been inhabited for a greater part, they send vaults, vast monastery cities built for tens of thousands to explore and colonize new worlds. On the fringe of territorial space, a colony mission conducted by the Ariga Vault discovers a phenomenon they christen the Gloam. It summarily annihilates the settlers, leaving behind only a meager crew of exiles. The exiles flee to new solar systems, relentlessly pursued by the Gloam. They gather resources from planets to create more stasis before being compelled to return to hibernation. They resolve to undertake a new task, to write a chronicle of their journey and transmit it home. A structure was seen on the horizon. Every one of our party described its shape differently, but all could see its form clearly. Welcome to Banished Vault. It's the first of 2 scenarios designed to introduce you to the game. The game's manual contains step-by-step instructions to complete them. Scenario introductions introduces the interface map and moving ships to and from planets. At this point, you can restart the scenario with the restart button. Ship maneuvers. The first scenario of the game teaches you how to move ships around the solar system and entering hibernation. The moss filled the sky, dimming the sky into a pale fog. Days later, we noticed the arc bending towards the sun. The first section of the scenario is to collect supplies from a stranded ship, then collect some stasis already present on a planet. Finally, return your exiles and the stasis to the vault and begin hibernation. The controls for the game anytime in the pause menu. So this is kind of like a board game chat, sort of. To move a ship, you need to assign an exile to be navigator, an engine, and fuel for the ship to generate energy. Step 1, open ship display. Select the ship figuring on the map and open the display. Step 2, find a stranded ship. Move the camera to locate the other ship to rendezvous with. Set maneuver destination. Set the map location underneath the standard ship. This sets the destination for our maneuver and shows the energy needed. Assign engine. On the ship display, take the engine from the cargo and place it into the engine slot. Allocate fuel. Select the right arrow button below the engine to increase the fuel used for this maneuver. The more fuel used, the more energy is generated by the engine. This must meet or exceed the needs for the maneuver you set. Once you have enough fuel for maneuver, select the start maneuver button. Before the ship reaches its destination, it stops midway. These turn stops add time to the maneuver. The ship resumes its maneuver at the start of the next turn, so select end turn at the top screen. Continue to landing on the planets. Okay, so this is our ship. So we put the engine here. Wait, is this the engine? Ah, there's the engine. Okay, this is fuel, I'm guessing. So then we maneuver to, what is this? This is our... Oh, where'd our navigator go? Oh, our navigator's here, okay. Boy, this is, so it looks like I need 4 energy. Alright, start maneuver. Okay, so it ends its turn. Transfer cargo. Okay, we stole all its cargo. Oh, I see. Okay, we have to click. Alright, so now we got a bunch of new stuff. Ooh, we got a new engine. Engine with 4 thrust and 130 in efficiency. Engine with 2 thrusts and 175 in efficiency. So this maybe takes us faster, but with less efficiency. I press this as often as I need to. I'm glad. Welcome back. How's the sound and everything? I had to, like, fuck with a bunch of the sound things, but I need to make sure, like, the game sound and everything sounds okay. Alright, at this point in the sharing, your main ship needs more fuel and better engines to land on their planet. You get this from the stranded ship. To stand in a stellar oculus is to know the embrace of starlight. View stranded ship with both ships in the same location. Open the ship display. You'll see an extra button representing another ship in this location. Use this button to open the stranded ship's display. Transfer cargo. Select the engine in the stranded ship's cargo, and then select the main ship panel next to the display to transfer the engine. Do the same with the fuel in the stranded ship's cargo. Plot a course. With the main ship, select the surface location of the planet to set a maneuverable path. Note how the path between orbit and surface has a thrust requirement. Okay, thrust, yep. You can see the thrust requirement here. Assign landing engine. Change engines to more powerful engine you just acquired. The engine satisfies the thrust requirement to land on the planet. Allocate fuel, travel to planet's surface. Continue to planet's surface and return. Okay. So we need to go here. Well, see, this says thrust requirement 2. That's interesting. So this says thrust requirement 2, but it doesn't have the thrust. Weird. Start maneuver. End turn. Okay. The ship has arrived at the planet, and you're now able to view the surface. You retrieve stasis here and return to the vault to begin hibernation. Enter surface view. Select the figure on the map next to the location. Enter the surface view of the planet. Click stasis. The play on the right shows the details. Take the stasis to your place ship. Use quick swap, see controls to quickly transfer and inspect your ship. Return to the map, select the return to map button. Alright, so... Aha! So select the return to map button. Alright, so that takes us into the planet. I guess we probably could have done that. Return to the vault. Pilot, plot or maneuver with your ship, and return your exiles, all your resources to the vault. So let's see, where's the vault? Is that... Oh, this is the vault, okay. So... I do not understand how this works. Like, engines 24041. What does that mean? Like, I need 7 fuel, obviously, but, like... Start maneuver. And turn. Alright, we're here. Return to the vault. Transfer cargo. Select the vault figurine to open the vault display. Transfer all your cargo to the vault and place the exile in the vault's crew area. Begin hibernation. Select the begin hibernation button to proceed to the next solar system. End scenario. We did it, chat. Okay, there's also like a quick... Oh wait, there, no, it was there. I saw it. Okay. Right click, cancel select cargo 1. Shift click, quick swap. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Shift click to quick swap. Boom. Done. We did it. It's a quiet game so far, but if it were to pick up in volume, I'd like you to be a tad louder. You'd like me to be a tad louder. She's very lucky. She's very cute. I am very lucky. She's sleeping. Poor thing couldn't sleep last night, so she's sleeping now, sadly. She'll be up in an hour. I'm going to get her up in an hour. So, with me being a tad louder, I'm already in the yellow on my little thingy here. And the sound is just not quite in the yellow. It's like the game is like not loud for me. Then make game quieter. Okay. Yeah, this is what I need. Okay, so how's that? Maybe what I'll do after we're done with this is I'll boot up something else that has like a bit more bombastic sound, and we can check that. Would you mind sticking around? I mean, are you like, you gonna be here in a couple hours? I don't know how long we're gonna play this. I want to play it for at least, you know, an hour or two. Give it a good shake. Anyways, okay, so begin hibernation. Let's do that. Couple hours. Still early, man. Once more into the dim starlight. Our chase has endured for such time that void is more comfortable than gravity. Our faith wavers. You have enough stasis to hibernate all your exiles. All of your exiles are present in the vault. All of your exiles will lose one faith while hibernating. Leave system. Oh, we lose faith. Oh no. ChatGPT. Ew. I guess it's better than Grok. Vaults were never intended to be self-sufficient. However, the urge to claim ever-distant stars was not overcome. The second scenario involves constructing outposts on planets and operating buildings to produce resources. A new set of instructions to scenarios is available in the game manual screen. Okay. Construction. This scenario teaches the basics of constructing buildings on planets and using them to create stasis. The traditional spire on the horizon of the planet has not been seen for centuries. Outposts are no longer aligned to the coordinator and are simply pragmatically situated on the surface as necessary. Outpost buildings perform many functions, but the primary one is harvest resources like water or iron from the planet's surface, and create complex resources like fuel and stasis. This scenario has some buildings constructed already. In future, you must construct all the buildings you need. Travel to the planet and construct a water harvester building on the planet's surface. Yeah, but like Grok just like straight up lies and is also a Holocaust denier, so there's that. The map of worlds is not the most sacred room on the vault, but perhaps the most practical. With it, we see the universe in all spun matter. I'm just a Gen AI hater. Huh, that's weird. That is strange. You never tried to ask? Yeah. I think Gen AI is really useful for like what you said. Hey, create a table of all the stats and do it too. But outside of like really simple tasks like that, I am very suspicious of anything AI produced. Simple tasks like that where it's like, hey, go on the internet, find 8,000 numbers, put them in a readable format. That's what AI should be used for, right? Like that's why AI should exist. Do this incredibly boring thing that takes a really long time and do it really fast for me, please. Thank you. That's like that should be the purpose of AI. Alright, so we gotta travel the planet, go to planet's surface with your exile and all your resources. Once there, enter the surface view. Alright, let's do that. So we gotta go to the planet. Alright, so Aldo's gotta be our navigator here. Let's take all of our resources. Alright, so let's see if there's a difference. I am not a big fan, but I think that's a lot of that's just because I've seen a lot of the problems it creates, and also they're horrible for the environment, which I am worried about, but such is progress, eh? Alright, so to get to here... Alright, so to get to here takes 2 fuel with this engine. But 3 fuel with that engine. Okay, so while we're traveling around in space, we want to use the smaller engine. I use public... Yeah. No, I know. It's not like you not using AI is going to save the environment, you know? It's not like you, clueless, not using AI personally is magically going to fix everything. Wow, that is horribly inefficient. Look at that. So if we want to go all the way here to make this E8, we have to use 14 fuel. Whereas with this engine, we only need 8 fuel. Damn. All right, well, let's do that. We're trying to get to the planet here. Right, but I don't want to go all the way on that big engine. I want to go part of the way on the big engine. How do I go just part of the way on the big engine? Oh, it doesn't seem like you can. Oh, wait, no, here we go. Okay, so we can stop on any of these points. We can stop here or here or here. Yeah, so it is adding up everything, right? 9, 11, 19. You are the sole cause of climate change. Alright, so 1 more fuel gets me all the way here. Yeah, okay, so let's start that maneuver. End the turn. Okay, and now we can switch our engines out. Takes us 4 fuel just to land while... Alright, start the maneuver. Alright, here we are. So now we're at the planet now. Assign labor. Take the exile from the ship and place them in the labor slot. Okay. Boop. Select building. On the building list, select a water harvester and start placing it on a grid. Choose location. Harvester buildings require placement on a grid that covers a resource node. Place the water harvester on the surface grid spot that contains water resource. On the build display, select the construct build button. This uses iron in the location storage to construct the building. Alright, so we got some iron in the location storage here. We got a little bit of water. We got some carbon dioxide and some titanium. Chat, speaking of climate change, we're about to commit some climate change crimes ourselves right now. End the turn to restore the exile's actions. Continue to operate the building. Okay, so so we need to place this boy. All right, so what building is this? This is a fuel producer, and this is a stasis producer. Can we move these? No, we cannot. Okay. So buildings, water harvester. So we got to place this water harvester like there, I guess. All right, cool. Labor has no actions, so we got to end our turn. Right? On the build display, select the constructs. No, okay. Let's just end our turn. Okay, cool. Now we have some things here, so we will construct. Excellent. We have constructed. All right. Operating building. Use the water harvester to gather water and the other existing buildings to create stasis and fuel. Harvest water. Select the water harvester to open the display. Select the operation button to produce water. Each building operation requires an action spent by the exile in the laborer slot. Produce stasis. Select the stasis producer figurine to open it. Note that creating stasis needs water, titanium, and CO2. Now that you've harvested water, all these resources will be present at the location. Operate the stasis producer like you did the water harvester, and it uses the resources present to create stasis. Operate it again to create a second use stasis, enough for 1 exile to hibernate. So apparently you need 2 stasis for 1 exile. Interesting. That seems weird. You think they would have just like doubled the cost of the stasis and then made it only cost 1 stasis? Produce fuel. Operate the fuel producer to create fuel for your return journey. Harvest more water as necessary and end the turn to restore the eggshell's actions. Return to the vault. Once you've created enough fuel, return to the vault with the stasis you created. Transfer to the vault reservoir. Begin hibernation. End scenario. Extraction is a vital process, if regrettable. The pious submit willingly, but others resist. This concludes the introductory scenarios. The next solar system is the first true system of your journey. The game concept section contains a step-by-step guideline to complete it, but the fundamentals of maneuvering ships and constructing buildings remain the same. Okay. So we want to go ahead and harvest some water. Operate. Yeah, let's get some waters. Okay, now let's yeah, okay, so we're gonna make 2 stasis and transfer that to our ship. And now this requires 1 water, and 1 water makes 3 fuel. Okay, so then we'll operate here. We'll end the turn, and we'll go ahead and operate. And why not? Let's just go a little more here. Operate. And come here, operate. There doesn't seem to be any turn limit, so let's just get all this fuel, all this sexy fuel, eh? All right, I think that's good enough, huh? Okay, let's end the turn. No, let's return. Oh no, take him, put him back in the navigator, return to map. Okay, I think we're done. All right, we need 8 fuel. Can I do it with this, or do I need the thrust to escape? Okay, I do need the thrust to escape the planet. Start maneuver. Cool, we did it. All right, now we're gonna equip this shitty thruster. We're gonna end our turn. We're gonna go home. Let's start maneuver. Go, go, go. End turn. Go, go, go. All right. We did it, chat. We have bet the game. Begin hibernation. Leave the system. Complete both tutorial scenarios. You have completed the introduction scenario. Now be able to begin your journey to write your chronicle and escape the gloom. Once your chronicle is written, your journey is complete. Unlike the previous scenario, the solar system has nothing prepared in advance. You must decide which planets to visit and how to create stasis for your exiles. To aid you, the manual has a general guide to completing this system. Oh my god. Holy shit, chat. My goodness. Addendums. No, I'm looking at the manual. Fuck off. I need to go get some water, chat. I'll be right back. All right. All right, so that's the stuff we already did. Game concepts. System manager describes how each individual component of the game functions. The 2 pages give a broad set of guidelines to completing a solar system, completing a journey, full journey up the Banished Wall. After the introductory scenario, solar systems are randomly generated. The first solar system is designed to introduce you to the game as a whole, without more advanced concepts introduced later. Your primary goal of the system is to escape before the gloom arrives and creates enough stasis to put all your exiles into hibernation. Turns in stasis will always be shown to you at the top of the game screen. So I have 30 turns. If you make a mistake, start the solar system using the button at the top left of your screen. We can restart the entire solar system. To create stasis, you need water, CO2, and titanium. Look for planets and moons with these symbols to harvest those resources. Also take note of locations with iron to harvest for more building construction. Plan maneuvers to the locations with the resources you need. Remember to bring fuel for the return trip, or for a smaller ship to bring resources to another location. So we have several ships. Aha! Plan maneuvers to the location with the resources you need. Yeah. Load the items you need to construct buildings from the vault onto ships. Constructing a stasis producer requires alloy titanium and iron. Use quickly transfer items. Most harvester buildings are constructed with iron. Producers and other buildings require a combination of resources. Use rift section to determine your resource needs. Add exiles to your ship. The more exiles you have in a location, the more actions you can accomplish there per turn. Maneuver your ship to the destination. Once your ship arrives, begin constructing buildings. To better plan your outpost, place multiple buildings before constructing them. Once constructed, buildings cannot be removed. Harvest resources and create stasis. You need 2 stasis for each exile. All resources must be at the same location as a stasis producer to create stasis. This may involve shipping resources from multiple outposts to a central outpost. Harvesting creates spare resources for the next solar system. Iron and fuel are critical, while water and titanium are useful. Return to the vault with your exiles and resources. Items stored on ship are taken to the next solar system after hibernation. We have entered infinity. A chronicle is the only thing remaining to us with a destination. This terminus is our star in the distance, which would not grow closer until we set our minds to reaching its orbit. Our lives may continue after we complete the chronicle, but it is something started and will be ended. How to complete your journey. Complete your journey in the game is complete 4 entries in the chronicle of the Ariga Vault. Inscribing an entry into the chronicle requires visiting a hollowed planet and constructing a scriptorum there. Each hollowed planet allows only 1 scriptorum. Once a scriptorum is constructed, the entry is written. Hollowed planets bear this symbol. Some solar systems do not have hollowed planets. After completing a journey, the game unlocks journey configurations for modifying the starting conditions for future journeys. Wait, no, come back. I wasn't done. Tips, tricks, and efficiencies. There are a few subtleties in the Banished vaults that might not be immediately apparent, and so are collected here to aid more advanced or efficient players. Engines are made functional by fuel, bodies kept alive by stasis, and faith upheld by elixir. Your journey can hinge on spare resources you bring in the next source system. Iron and fuel are crucial, water and titanium are important, and any spare alloy saves time and travel. Ships have a different mass, which affects how efficiently engines generate energy. Thrust is always the engine's thrust value, modified by the ship's thrust value. Ah, that's why the little engine said thrust of 2, but gave us 0 thrust, because the ship had a -2 thrust. I understand. Planets closer to the sun have higher action restore value, allowing for elixirs to have more actions per turn there. Exiles to have more actions per turn there. Interesting. So the closer you are to the sun, the more actions you get. I want a hollowed planets. No, don't hollow out hollowed planets. That's rude. Use quick swap to quickly move for a ship's display to the vault or location or vice versa. Buildings cannot be moved or destroyed once constructed. Place all of your buildings you need to construct them to ensure your outpost layout is planned carefully. To plan multiple maneuvers, it can be helpful to plan in reverse. Allocate fuel and resources for the final step of your maneuver, and then the penultimate, and so on. This ensures you have enough resources to achieve every maneuver in a sequence. The more fuel spent on a single maneuver, the less efficient each individual unit of fuel is. To maximize your efficiency, plan multiple smaller maneuvers. If your exiles have enough actions to do so. Interesting. Exiles with a higher faith better overcome hazards. The vault is home to all of your exiles, and the method of transport between solar systems is always located at the furthest location from the sun and cannot be destroyed by the gloom. The street of the vault is vast and ever-changing. It would take a lifetime to see its extents, and it could not store a catalog of its mysteries. I see spires that did not exist years ago, and find new passages to old chambers. My memory leads me astray. The chronicle is a log written by your exiles over the course of your journey. Once a chronicle is written, the journey can end. See how to complete your journey. The chapel of the chronicle remains inaccessible, suspended above the cathedral of the vault. We have adapted our methods. Select figurine of the vault to open this interface. Here's where you recover the faith of your exiles, store items to take the next solar system, fabricate new ships and engines, and begin the hibernation process. The vault reserves stores items and resources for transferring systems. The crew tabs hold your exiles and stasis for hibernation. Chapel tabs where you place exiles to recover their faith by consuming elixir. See faith for more details. The shipyard tab is where you construct new ships and engines. The resources for construction must be located in the vault reserves at the bottom of the display. Construction ships or engines requires signing an exile to the engineer slot and costs 1 action. Additional ships and engines are unlocked by spending knowledge during hibernation. Once you're ready to leave a solar system, begin the hibernation process from the crew tab. After you enter hibernation, all ships, exiles, buildings, and items that are not in the vault or at the vault location are lost forever. Items inside the ship at the vault location are taken to the next solar system. Each exile requires 2 stasis styrate until the next solar system. If you do not have enough stasis, you must choose which exile to keep alive. Each exile's face goes down by 1 when hibernating. Once the hibernation screen, first choose which exile to administer stasis. Then you may spend knowledge on purchasing abilities for all your exiles, or new buildings, ships, or engines. Each exile can only have 1 ability, but it can be replaced. This is pretty cool, chat. I'm into this. Exiles are the survivors of the gloom, and the characters under your control in the game. Once an exile guy dies, they are gone forever. If you are reduced to only 1 exile, your journey ends. So if you only have 1 exile, it's game over. Exiles are displayed in various locations throughout the game, called slots. Each slot is named, and most allow the exile to perform actions. Select an exile or use quick swap to move them between slots. Display shows the exile's portrait, their faith, and the number of actions remaining on their turn. So their faith is the top one, the number of actions is the bottom one. At the bottom of the main game display is a list of all your exiles. Selected navigates the game to the exile. The true population of the vault is continuously recorded, but the records themselves are hidden. Once such a record was found, but the process of decoding it was not completed for decades. Items are the various things you will gather, create, and transport in the game. Item slots hold multiple items of the same type. Slots have limited for how many items they fit. Select a slot to pick up all the items in the slot, or use cancel to pick up 1 item from the slot. Use quick swap to send a stack of items from the ship display to the location or vault display. Some slots allow only a specific type of item, such as engines for the ship or stasis on the vault. The display shows the item's image and the amount of items in the stack, and the indicator how full that stack is, represented as a white outline around the value. Item stacks are destroyed by picking them up and selecting the destroy button at the top of the screen. Destroying stuff? We don't do that here. Faith is an important aspect for each exile. It is the way exiles overcome hazards in a solar system. If exiles' faith reaches 0, they cannot perform any action. Exile's faith is displayed next to this symbol. Faith dictates how many dice rolled when you resolve a hazard. The more dice rolled, the higher chance of hazard is resolved successfully. Elixir is the most wonderful substance, extract of sunlight itself. Cool, I want to drink sunlight, chat. Over time, an exile's faith diminishes. When they enter hibernation, each exile's faith goes down by 1. They can also lose faith as an outcome hazard. The faith of an exile is restored in the chapel at the vault. Place the exile in the chapel slot, and a number of elixirs equal to the exile's current faith plus 1. The exile has 3 faith, it costs 4 faith to raise the exile's faith to 4. That's a lot of elixir. Once the exile and the elixir are placed, the exile gains faith at the start of the next turn. An exile's faith cannot be higher than 6. The gloom pursues you constantly, so your time in the solar system is limited. This time is measured in turns, displayed at the top of the screen. During a turn is when you use exiles to perform actions. On a new turn, an exile in the chapel location of the vault gains 1 faith at the start of the turn if there's enough elixir in the chapel. When you end your turn, any ship on turn stops continue their maneuver. All exile actions are set to maximum dictated by their location. Once the remaining turns reach 0, the gloom begins destroying the solar system. Each turn after 0, the planet or region closest to the sun is destroyed, including any building, resource ships, or exiles. Each exile has an individual amount of actions to spend each turn. Actions displayed next to the symbol. Actions are spent on starting maneuvers, constructing buildings, operating buildings, searching for artifacts, building ships, building engines. It is possible to know how long the exiles spend in solar systems, as time is measured from the current star and no longer from the central coordinator orbiting the galaxy. Exiles only regain actions at the start of the turn. The number gained is based on their location at the start of the turn. Exiles at the vault gain 3 actions, and on ships in space they gain 1. Interesting, okay. If an exile is on a surface... So that guy who had 6 actions every turn in space, that was just like a tutorial thing. If an exile is on the surface or an orbit location, They gain actions equal to the region's action restore value. Generally, the regions closer to the sun have higher action restore value. Exile 0 faith. They cannot perform any actions. See the face text for more. I'll be right back, chat. I want to see if actually I can force ads now, as opposed to waiting another 20 minutes. I'm gonna try. Sorry if we get 2 sets of 3-minute ads, chat, but I gotta try this. I gotta figure this out. Okay, it seems like it's going to disable for another 63 minutes. That's great news. So it looks like I can start ads somewhat early and still get the full benefit of the ads. Great. Alright, let's keep reading this while we're doing ads. Solar system map. The map of the solar system is organized in a tree structure of all planets and major regions of the system, with the vault always at the outermost point in the system. There are many locations on the map which represent stable orbits or points of rest for ships. While stopped at locations, you can move exiles around the ship, change engines, or transfer items and exiles between ships. Surface locations are marked with a square symbol, and orbit locations with a round symbol. Sometimes planets like gas giants do not have surface locations. Other locations inside a region are marked with a cross symbol. Ships can stop at these locations and rendezvous with other ships. Locations on the route path of the solar system are marked with a small diamond. Ships cannot stop at these locations. Each region has an action restore value. The amount of actions exiles gain at the start of the turn shown next to the action symbol. Near the orbit location, the atmosphere resource of the region is displayed, if any. Near surface location, the resources available at the surface location are displayed. Hazards at locations can be displayed in 2 ways. If a location is unexplored, an open triangle symbols indicate uncertainty of hazard status. Once the location is revealed, either the open symbol disappears if the location has no hazard, or the full symbol is displayed if it does. Alright, so let's take a look at some of these things here. So we got like this guy here. How do I know if it's a gas? Like this kind of looks like a gas giant. Alright, so this place here, if we have people stop here, they'll only gain 1 action point. If people stop here, they'll only gain 1 action point. Is that what it said? No, 3 action points if they stay at the vault. 1 action point here. 2 action points here. I don't know how many action points we do if we were here. Is it also just 2? Like 2 for both of these, maybe? Okay, yeah. So 2 for either of these, 3 for either of these, 3 for either of these, 4 for either of any of these. Alright. And it doesn't look like we can, like, look at the planet's surface until we get there. Perhaps. This is our holy planet. Welcome back from ads, chat. So we have carbon, I, and S here. Water, titanium, and I here. Oh, iron. Iron is I. This just has water and titanium and titanium. So we can set up fuel refinery here, but not really much else. And we need iron from other places. Let's take a look at what's in our ship here. We got a ton of iron, ton of water, ton of titanium, ton of silica, elixirs. We can leave those here. Alloys, advanced metallic component for buildings and ships. We got 4 dudes. No special abilities on any of these dudes. This dude has very little faith. This dude has a lot of faith. This dude is a slacker. Tomase. Tomase is a slacker. So we have chapel. Shipyard. So we can build cool shit. A Vosit ship. Okay, that's what it requires to build. Ship mass 4, crew, cargo, thruster mod. Crew cargo. Crew cargo, no thruster mod. So why would you ever build this over this? Ship mass 2, crew 1, cargo 4. Oh, this just has even less cargo, okay. One cargo. Wild. Okay. So what do we have? We have Ball 7. The shit is Ball 7. Flame Nomad and Light Cater. Are these our various ships? Do we have like 3 different ships here? One of our ships is called Ball 7, chat. So Ball 7 is maybe this guy? Yeah. And the Flame Nomad is also that guy. They're the same ship. Okay. And the Light Caster is this big motherfucker over here. So we got some heavy-duty ships, but we don't have any, like, little fast ships. Okay. And they each have some Injones. Okay. Condition 5. We haven't read anything about conditions yet. Alright, let's keep reading the manual here. Locations are separated by math by paths. Paths represent the distance between locations and can have one or multiple costs to traverse them. Energy. All paths have an energy cost, although it can sometimes be 0. Energy is created by spending fuel in the engine. The energy cost is the value next to symbol on the path, E9. Thrust. Most paths go from the surface of a body to orbit, have a thrust requirement. Engine produces thrust, and the ship modifies the thrust. The total thrust must be equal to or greater than the path, but is only a requirement and not spent like fuel. The thrust requirement is the value next to T symbol. Some paths in between regions of the solar system force ships to stop one or multiple turns. This represents the vast distance of travel time. Hazards. Some paths have hazards that must be resolved before the ship can continue to move. Movement hazards are shown with a larger symbol and the strength of the hazard in the center. Alright, so do we have any hazards? So, like going just from here to here takes a whole fucking turn. Yeah. But moving in between the layers of the planets, not so much. That's wild. So just to get down here takes 3. Just to get here and back takes 6 of my 30 turns. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty brazy, chat. Pretty brazy. I didn't see any hazards, though. Doesn't look like we got any hazards. Looks like our first journey here isn't very hazardous. Ships. Ships carry exiles and items between the vault and the locations of the solar system. Ships are constructed at the shipyard on the vault. Different ship types have different configurations of mass, traveler, cargo, and thrust modifiers. The first ship were towers taken from the tallest cathedral and lifted into the heavens. The first orbits still a small shrine in the darkness. Select the figuring of a ship to open its interface. If a ship is moving, you can view its interface, but not make any changes to the exiles or cargo until it stops moving. If multiple ships are in a location, all collated ships are listed next to the display. Select a button in the list to set the display for that ship. Transfer exiles and items between ships by picking them up and selecting the desired ship button in the list. Ships require an exile in the navigator slot to perform maneuvers, and navigators also who resolves any hazards the ship encounters. Other exiles have been placed in the ship as travelers located below the navigator. The number of travel slots varies between ship types from 0 to 4. Ships have a coordination value, which can be reduced by hazard. Oh, condition value. The value starts at 5 when a ship is created. If condition values are 0, ship and all of its travelers and cargo are lost. Items, ship, and cargo are in the middle of the display. Number of item slots varies between ship types. Items and exiles have no bearing on the mass of the ship. when calculating the energy of maneuver. Below the cargo are the main components and information of for performing maneuvers with the ship. The engine slot is where you assign the engine for a ship to use maneuvers. Once the engine is set, the total thrust value of the ship is computed. Fuel sets the amount of fuel for the maneuver. You cannot set more fuel than exists in the cargo of the ship. Below the fuel amount is the current conversion ratio. This value shows shows how much energy will be added to the maneuver for the next unit of fuel spent. Ah! Okay. Interesting. All the fuel assigned is consumed for the maneuver, even if the ship has more than necessary. Engine efficiency and ship mass are the values that compute the total energy for maneuver, along with fuel. See the energy calculator for more. Engine thrust and ship thrust are added to produce the final thrust value. Maneuvers are how you move the ship to different locations of the solar system. This is the longest tutorial ever, chat. To start a maneuver, first select a ship, then hover over a destination on the map. The total cost, energy, and turns are displayed over the destination. Select the destination to confirm the maneuver path. If maneuver cannot be started, if the ship does not have enough energy or thrust capacity, displayed at the bottom of this. If any portion of the maneuver cannot be completed, the relevant value for the path of the map will be highlighted red. Adjust the amount of fuel spent to produce as much energy as you need. The amount of energy a unit of fuel creates decreases as more fuel is spent on the maneuver. An engine with a higher efficiency or a ship with a lower mass improves the fuel of the energy conversion. The engine's thrust is added to the ship's thrust to create a total thrust. The total thrust must equal or exceed all thrust requirements values in the maneuver. Once the values for the maneuver is correctly set, select Start Maneuver to launch the ship. Once the maneuver is started, it cannot be changed or stopped. If a ship enters a turn stop marker during a maneuver, it stops at that point until the next turn. If a ship enters a movement hazard, it stops until the hazard is resolved. The motion of vessels through the lesser heavens is unusual. The ships are bound to an ocean with strong currents, but the ships can drift on a wave and visit any island in the archipelago. We navigate these currents which run deepest. Alright, we're not going to worry about hazards right now. We'll come back and read about hazards later. When we have some. Because as far as I can tell, none of these planets have hazards. None of this stuff has hazards, as far as I can tell. What's interesting is it looks like I can collect carbon here, which I don't know how you do that in orbits. But if so, that kind of makes this planet not super useful. Because we can get iron from like these planets here, and carbon from like here. But yeah. Alright. Once a ship visits an orbit, select the figurine on the map to open the location display. Here you construct, operate, build, and gather artifacts. Turn to the map view, select the return back button. Yep. Top of the display, the atmosphere of the station is shown if it has one. The action restore values how many actions exile regains at the start of this turn. The ship button opens the display as ship location. At the bottom of the display is a location cache, which stores items at the location. Items used for construction, operation, and buildings must be stored here. Each planet starts with some resources in its cache, depending on the number of resources nodes the location has. These resources are freely accessible. The building tab is where you choose which buildings to construct to the outpost. See constructed buildings for more information. The artifact displays how many and what type of artifact are found at this location. See artifacts for more information. How many pages of this shit do we got? Oh my god, many. Alright. Oh, we are getting there though. Okay. Building constructed on orbit or surface location. Each building has a footprint of the grid space and some have resource requirements. An exile is required in the labor slot location to construct a building. The method of establishing outposts is highly advanced. The primary intent is the establishing of a mission and later a colony. The secular purpose of colonies varies greatly, but the seed always begins the same. Vaults begin as replicators for these seeds, with additional purposes added as centuries passed. In this current era, ships are furnished with the ability to seed outposts, and the process has become commonplace. Except we're not seeding outposts because we're running from the gloom. To construct a building, select its button on the building list, and then select location on the grid. The building is placed but not yet constructed. You can still remove unbuilt buildings by selecting the cancel construction button. You can also continue to place buildings before the construction. You better plan your outpost. To construct a building, the required resources must be present in the location cache. If there's a hazard, it must be resolved before construction. These cost one action for the exile and the labor slot. Once a building is constructed, it cannot be moved or deleted. Harvester buildings require the relevant resource for construction. Most resources are present on specific grid spaces in the grid. The building must occupy that space. If the resource is present in the atmosphere, the building can be constructed anywhere. Converter buildings take resources as inputs and produce other buildings. Additional buildings provide unique effects, or buildings have special restrictions. Oh, an orbit structure building can be constructed anywhere, but all other orbit buildings must be built adjacent to an orbit structure. Interesting. Operating buildings. Most buildings can be operated. Those with harvest resources are first for type. Another exile is required. Labor slot of the location display to operate buildings. Select the building figurine to open it in the location display. If the building is a harvester, it requires no inputs. Otherwise, the input resource must be present in the location cache to operate the building. Select the operate button to harvest resources. Yeah, okay. Outpost structures are both densely organized and distinct from one another. Time is spent traveling between structures and reconfiguring them for unseen complications. Arrival and departure rites should be meticulously followed even when traveling alone or with mechanical aid. Artifacts. When your exile are harboring between your solar system, you may spend knowledge to unlock new buildings, engines, ships, and abilities for your exiles. To unlock these items, you need to gather artifacts from locations in the solar system or return them to the vault. The artifacts are then converted into knowledge. To find artifacts, you must have an exile in the labor slot on a location display. Select the artifact tab and select search for artifacts. Most locations have artifacts available to gather. Artifacts vary by the type of knowledge, vary in the amount of knowledge the vault rewards. Okay, so individual artifacts aren't really different from each other, except that they might give more or less knowledge. Energy calculator. Energy calculator is a tool used to calculate the energy range of a ship without using the ship's display or needing the resources. Access the calculator from the button on the top of the screen, okay? It has 3 adjustable slides for energy efficiency, ship mass, and fuel. The engine efficiency and ship mass values are found on the ship's display or in the tooltip for the item. The fuel slider is how much fuel to spend on maneuver. To use the calculator, set the engine efficiency slider to the engine's value and likewise the ship mass slider to the ship mass value. Then adjust the fuel slider and observe the resulting energy value displayed in the last row. The value indicated by the red line is the energy slider is resulting energy produced. All right, so let's try that out real quick. We got this lovely boy here. All right, so this man here has a ship mass of 4. Boop. Oh, aha. Okay, and we have an engine efficiency of 115 on the big engine. Okay. I see. So 1 energy will give us 1 fuel will give us 2 energy. 2 fuel will give us 4. 4 fuel will give us 8. Not quite 8. So we're not getting quite a full. Yeah, look at that. That only gives very little energy there. Interesting. Okay, that's very interesting. So the first fuel gives us effectively 2 energy. And the second fuel effectively gives us 2 more. It's slightly more, actually, than 2 more. And the third one gives us less than 2, but pretty close. The fourth one gives us much less than 2, like 1.5. The fifth one gives us like 1.5 again. But then the sixth, from there on out, it's like just barely more than 1. Until we get to 10. And at 10 fuel, we actually get less than 1. And it looks like we're getting like way less than 1 every single time. So you don't want to make long trips with inefficient engines. What about this engine here? This engine is 175 efficiency. That's way better. Holy shit. So like 1 energy is 3 here. Whereas back here, 1 energy was only 2. And 10 energy is like 1 billion. Okay. Very cool. We're learning, chat. We're learning. When constructing, with the construction of stellar surveyor buildings, it is possible to see the resource composition. It is possible to see the resource composition of the next solar system on your journey. Each stellar surveyor reveals the status of 3 resources in that system. This status is seen in the survey display, accessible from the button at the top of the screen. Resource status from highest to lowest can be generous, sufficient, sparse, or none. Okay, so we can look ahead to the next system and see what's going to be there. See if we need to stock up on anything new. You can restart solar system, but at the top of the screen, depending on the configuration of your journey. You may restart any number of times, once per system, or not at all. Restarting has no other effect on the game. During hibernation, you may spend knowledge to purchase abilities. These gave positive effects and bonuses for the duration of the journey. While the exile is alive, each exile can have only 1 ability. So the journey configuration just makes the game harder. Frequently in the game, a complex maneuver multiple steps must be calculated before starting the first maneuver. The most efficient method of moving through space is to only use heavier engines when necessary, such as landing on planets. Any engine can move a ship through space, even if the resulting thrust is zero, so the most efficient engine available is the best. A potential useful method to construct a multi-step maneuver of space travel is to consider each segment in reverse order. Each step in this context is a single maneuver, generally paired with changing an engine. Leaving a planet and going to a nearby moon. This is a multi-step maneuver with 3 steps. Planet liftoff, transit to moon, moon landing. To give you how much fuel you need for all 3 maneuvers, start with the last one, landing on the moon, and putting the values from the energy calculator so you can determine the fuel needed for the moon landing. Oh, I see. So this is like the planet, and these are like its moons. This is the planet, these are its moons. This planet doesn't have any moons. Very cool. Hello, Bingus. It's lovely to see you. We're still learning this game. We've been learning this game for a while now, an hour, but we're getting there. It's a complex. This is basically like a board game, but it's lovely to see you. I hope you're well. All right, navigating ship is a highly complex procedure with no shortage of deaths associated with it. After too many priests died in the first ship, adjustments were made in the composition of travelers. The primary trade-off of ship maneuver is fuel efficiency to exile action efficiency. As more fuel is spent in a single maneuver, the less energy is generated per unit of fuel. This makes it less efficient to move a great distance in a single maneuver, and more efficient to use multiple maneuvers. However, each maneuver requires the exiled navigator slot to spend an action. In this situation, fewer maneuvers are ideal for concerning actions. Interesting, okay. So yeah, we have CO2, iron, titanium, silica, methane, and water. Methane is used for elixirs and engines. Water is used for fuel stasis and ships. Silica is used for alloy, elixirs, and buildings. Titanium is used to construct many buildings and for stasis and alloy. Iron is used to construct many buildings and create alloy, used for stasis in some buildings. Yeah, the art is really cool, yeah? Trying to stay warm, huh? Is it very cold where you are? Artifacts are gathered from planets. So there's just a lot of different varieties of artifacts that give just different values of knowledge, and that's all that's really different. Buildings are constructed. Cool. A star in a building's name means it must be unlocked during hibernation. All right, so service harvesters. So all the harvesters just cost iron. Orbit harvesters cost titanium. So that's how we get the CO2 out of we construct an orbit harvester. It gets below freezing at night. My goodness, man. You don't know the last time it got below freezing here? Never. It never got below freezing here. Not ever. In the history, not while humans have been alive. And I cherish that so much. I'm trying to think, since I've been here, I've only been here 2.5 years, but since I've been here, I don't think it's gotten below about 65. Maybe it definitely hasn't gotten lower than 60, for sure. For sure has not gotten lower than 60. But I don't think it's gotten lower than about 65. Not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure it hasn't got below 65. At night, in the middle of quote-unquote winter. Most days, nights get down to low 70s. It's pretty great. So the reverse saboteur and the saboteur both have to be unlocked, as do all of these producers down here. Oh, so we can't even... Oh, I see. So the alloy producer makes better than this alloy producer. Orbit converters make just better. Yeah. Okay. They're easier to make. They don't cost any iron. They just cost titanium. And they produce more for the same amount of resources, but you have to probably bring this stuff into orbit, the materials in a ship, and then you also have to unlock them. This allows us to make CO2 or make water and methane from CO2. So those are kind of like efficiency things. No, I'm in Brazil, my friend. I live in Goiânia, Brazil. The city of Goiânia. With Carol. Carol's Brazilian, I'm American. I moved here when we got married. It's Spilo! but leave out the ain. Just make some meth. That's not legal. It's philo. But yeah, Brazil's a really big country and has plenty of cold areas and has plenty of areas that are much hotter than this. We're like right in the middle of the country pretty much, and it's very warm, but it's not too humid, but it's not too dry either, and it's very temperate all year round. Like the temperature doesn't change a lot all year round. Gets a little bit colder in like June and July, and a little bit hotter now because we're southern hemisphere, so seasons are reversed, but not really. The main difference here is we have a rainy season, and the rainy season is at the beginning of the year. So we're getting close to the rainy season here. Last year, it rained every single day except for one for like 50-something days straight. I'm not even remotely joking. It was like 56 days in a row. There was one day where it didn't rain. And a lot of those days it only rained for a little bit of time, but yeah, like 56 days in a row, like not quite 60 days. And it rained every single day but one. So, our rainy season do be rainy. Ooh, there's a bunch of other buildings as well. Oh, you can eat an artifact. Oh no, you can eat an alloy. Okay, alloys and silicon. Power generator. Increase the action restore value of this region by 1. That's wild. But you might build something like that. Like it wouldn't be there if it wasn't useful. But it takes a lot of stuff just to increase the action value by 1. I guess it really helps though if you're gonna have someone there like the whole time. Reveals all resources depth 1, depth 2, depth 3. Yeah, okay, so this is what we gotta build every time. 2E, what's E? Oh, elixirs. We had to spend elixir to build the the scriptorum. Reveals the status of 3 resources in the next system. Reveals the terrain and hazards on the surface of this planet. That doesn't seem very useful. Allows building orbital buildings in adjacent grid squares. Oh wow, there's a lot of ships here. So we can build a Sparrow already, right? Yeah. So there's the Swift, which is just like the Sparrow, but takes extra water. Just to give you a Traveler, I don't think that's really worth it. The Cargo is what like we would be interested in. Yeah, so this is our best like cargo transport ship, the Crake, and we can already build those. I guess we can build anything, eh? No, I guess not. 10 stream streak, woo! Spiloo! Engines. What is this? This is an Onsala, this guy here. And this is a Serval, and that's what we have for everybody, Onsala and Serval. Onsala and Serval. Alright, so there is a better 4. We can build a Caracal. Ooh, that's a real nice that's a real nice middle ground there. It's almost as efficient as our fast engine, or most efficient engine, but it has a whole extra thrust, which might help with getting to planets and stuff on some of these buildings. So this ship, yeah, because like, so thrust 2, this has a thrust 2. No, yeah, that's not enough. We still need these. Interesting. This doesn't have a thrust requirement to get to it. But yeah, like we can land on this planet with that engine. Just that one, okay. I still think it's probably worth our time to build one of these. I don't have the methane here, though. Androids are additional exiles that you may find on abandoned ships in solar systems. Androids can perform any action that a human exile can, but have some important differences. Each android has a condition value instead of faith. Condition value is shown on the exile display next to this symbol. Each android, when entering a new solar system, the android's condition is lowered by 1. Unlike Faith, however, an android's condition can never be increased or restored. Androids cannot be placed in chapel slot of the vault. When they're reached 0, the android is halted and can no longer spend actions. An android must resolve a hazard. Freely choose how many dice to roll, from 1 to 6. The number of dice chosen is deducted from the android's condition. Androids do not need stasis 5, the hibernation period between solar systems, but cannot gain abilities like human exiles. Alright, that's it. That's it. We know everything we can know, chat. I'm going to grab some soda, and I will be right back, and we will keep going. I'm also going to go see if Carol wants to get up, so give me just a second here. Let's put up the be right back screen. We'll be right back. Let's see if we can't beat this first one without anything horrible happening. So what I am understanding is we need to build... What do we have here in our vault? So we need to build the scriptorum down here. And that requires 2 alloy, which we have none of. Oh wait, no, we have 3. And 2 elixir, which we have 6 of. So we have all the materials we need for that. We also need to get 8 stasis. And stasis... That means we need 16 water, 16... No, 8. Yeah, we need 8 stasis. So 8 water, 8 titanium, and 8 carbon. We have 9 water, we have 8 titanium, and we have no carbon. So that means we're going to have to probably construct carbon and titanium things. Now, I think that E20, E24, E20... So this has water and titanium. We need both of those. We also need carbon. So I think what I want to do is I want to send someone here because we can collect a shit ton of carbon and move the carbon down to here. And then we can just construct all the things we need down here. I think that's probably our best bets. Carol is not here. Oh, game's not showing. I'm terrible. Boop. Okay. Blah, 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 blah stuff. I'm the worst. Carol is sleepy. Aim the fan at him. Don't bite. I'm sorry, I'm the worst. Look, I'm a very professional streamer, okay? But yeah. So we got the men. Let's load 2 guys onto here. Actually, let's load 3 guys onto here. No, I want to... Alright, crew, okay. So I'll put you there, and you there, and you there. You can go there. Okay. So what do I need to extract the carbon out of the atmosphere? To extract carbon out of the atmosphere... we need titanium. And then what else do we need here? Carbon, water, titanium. That's going to have some of those things there, but we don't know how many. That's a problem. We don't know how many. And I also have to load this ship up with fuel, too. Boy, howdy. This is a complex conundrum here. I would also love to get my hands on some methane, because I would love to build some better engines. I have a feeling we're gonna have to restart this probably a couple of times to kind of get a hang on what we're supposed to be doing here. It's interesting how little these ships can carry, because they need the engines. You can't just fly around with this engine. It's so fuel inefficient. You got to have multiple engines, basically. So what if I send him here? This does not... What do we need to get methane? We need iron. And water is iron. And titanium is iron. So 1, 2, 3, 4 iron for this man. Okay, and 9 fuel. Does that work? The problem is he's gonna spend all 9 fuel and get there and not be able to come home. I'm gonna have to bring fuel to him. Okay, 1 fuel is gonna handle all of that. I see, okay. And if I want him to go land... Yeah, it takes 5 fuel to go land. But if we do it in two turns instead of 1 turn, by doing this, but he's gonna stop there anyways. So we go here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. This man needs to get all the way to here. I think we leave the titanium off because there'll be titanium here. So we want... carbon and water. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 iron. 4 iron. 5, 6, 7 iron. So let's just load him down with all the iron here. Oh. Give him another thing of fuel. Maybe not. So how do we get to here? How much fuel does that take? Oh, it takes almost no fuel. But we're going to lose a little bit of fuel there. What if instead of that we go here? Yeah, okay, so if we go here, that saves us a bunch of fuel. That saves us a whole fuel. So let's do that. Let's start that maneuver. Okay. And then this big ship. The big ship. We're gonna put 2 things of fuel here. It's more like a board game than an actual puzzle game. And we're just gonna give him the rest of the iron, and he's coming all the way down here. You know, go ahead and take the water as well. Two elixir, maybe. You know, just take everything that we need at some points. So we're gonna set up construction down here. Okay. So we do have one ship that we can do things with this turn. But we are going to take a quick break here, chat. I'm going to throw up the ads a little early. I got to run to the bathroom. We will be back very shortly. Oh, 10, 9, 8. Almost time for ads. Give me just a second, chat. We're just going to get our ads out of the way now so we don't have to deal with them later. Oh. No? Not gonna let me? Okay, there we go. Alright, ads are on. We're gonna be right back, chat. See you in just a second. Hello, lovely people. Talking about the Game Awards. The auto stuff one looks super cool if you're into that, but I'm not into that. Alright. So there's nothing we can do here. Why am I looking at the... We have to put that on. What do you mean? Oh, jeez, it takes 9 energy to get down there. So it takes 3 fuel just to get on and off the planet. Which is 6, which means we have enough fuel to get back. Alright. So let's start the maneuver. Oh, there was a thing here. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I'm not on this one either. Jeez Louise, I'm the worst. Alright. So there's 2 different things here. That's weird. They look the same, though, right? Like... Oh, no. Okay, so this is for building an orbit next to... But there's nothing there. Okay. Okay. So we can construct buildings here. We want to build a methane harvester. Buildings. Harvest, structure. Oh, we gotta put him here, and then it'll let us put things down, even though we can't build anything right now. There's methane right there. That says M. Methane. What do you mean methane no? Water yes. Okay, that's methane. Oh, we have to build the resource excavator. Shit. Alright, well, we're not building the titanium thing. No, I don't want to do that. Cancel construction. We're not building the titanium extractor here. Got it. Depth 1. That's really annoying. Wow. Okay. But yeah, so we got to build one of these. And then we can build a water harvester. Now, water's at depth 0, so water harvester can go here. And then a methane harvester can go there once that's built. Okay, let's just end our turn. Ships are moving. This guy's still got another turn before he gets where he's going. I'm not really worried about that. I think I want him just to move to here. 33 energy, 24. No, not you. Yeah, that's 11 energy. So, yeah, he only has 1 movement. So if I go here, that's his whole turn. But there is the carbon in the outer atmosphere. I think I want him to land, however. So let's replace his engines here. Now he's gonna need fuel to get back home. Wow, yeah, that takes a whole extra fuel to go 0.5. Terrible. Alright, I think we are going to waste a turn just going to here. Let's take a look at this. Well, it said there was CO2 out here, but I don't see it. Allows building orbital buildings in adjacent grid spaces. Ah. So you have to build this orbiting structure first. Interesting. No. Cancel construction. Oh, okay. There's just carbon dioxide out here everywhere, basically. It says there's carbon, so I'm going to need to bring iron to this man if I want him to harvest all of this stuff. But again, I can probably just not do the titanium, and maybe not the water either. He's really here to do the carbon, so... Oh, but I didn't give him any titanium. Right. Alright, return to map. Okay, let's get him up here. Let's take a look here. This is a complex game. This is a complex game. Alright, you. Right, we gotta put the iron on the planet. Construct. And then harvester, we need a methane harvester. Put that there. Construct. Water harvester. What makes fuel? Titanium. Now, I think I just harvest methane here, honestly. And how do you make fuel? Fuel is just water. So the fuel producer costs titanium and an iron, and the titanium harvester costs an iron, but then we don't have any water here because I didn't bring enough iron. Yeah, I think maybe I just harvest methane here. Regardless, he's out of actions for the turn. Because, like, he doesn't get very many. He only gets 2 actions per turn, right? Yeah, so I think you just harvest methane here. I think so. Alright, end turn. Alright, so now let's take a look at this boy. This boy's got 3 actions. We're going to have him maneuvered here with these engines. Get on the planet, please. Alright, so we have water at a depth of 0, titanium at a depth of 0, silica at a depth of 1. Alright, so we don't have to waste any of our iron building that. We can just... Oh, but I thought it said there was carbon. Oh, there's carbon in the atmosphere. Okay. So we can build a CO2 harvester anywhere. Ah, I see the tiles. Okay. So we can, like, build it over here. And then we can build a water harvester here. And a titanium harvester here. Okay, and then a fuel producer. What does it cost to make fuel? Just water, right? Fuel is just water. It just costs water to make. Yeah. So we can build that like there. Now what do we? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 1 more. Is the silica producer costs 3 iron? Goodness. Okay, so maybe we just skip the silica for now. What is silica needed for? Oh, it's needed to make elixir. Silica doesn't seem like it's needed for much at the moment. Artifact Surveyor we don't have unlocked yet. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to skip that for now. This is going to make me fuel. We have what? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What else can we make here? Stasis producer cost. What does stasis cost to make? Stasis producer, water, titanium, carbon. Yeah, so I'd like to make a stasis producer. And I can, but I need to make alloy, which I didn't bring with me. Okay. So we'll worry about that later. Because we can build that. Yeah, we can build that like here. Okay. So for now, we're going to build... What is this? Let's build that and the carbon and the water harvester for now. Okay. Oh shit! I didn't mean to end the turn there. Yeah, crap. All right, let's restart this real quick. We're gonna restart the whole game because there's no go back a turn button, sadly. But we have I have a lot better understanding of what is required here. I figured that I was gonna be having to do some serious undoing here because, like, I just didn't understand what was needed of me, you know? So 2 of those. I think I'm just going to leave the water on the ship this time. Alright, so we know that this one needs... Ooh, can I have a little bite of your noodles? Chat wife is always so nice. She always lets me have a little bite of her noodles. Noodles are so yummy. Alright, so we needed 1, 2... 3, 4, but I also need 5. So we need 5 this time. Oh, not on this ship though. We'll put it on this ship, and we will tell you to put that engine on and go to here. Need some fuel. Yeah. Looks good. Start maneuver. Go. All right. And you're coming down here, and you need... Alright, so the big ship has all my titanium in a moment, because I'm dumb. We're going to give you... you know what? I don't know if I need to extract carbon from the atmosphere when I can just extract carbon from here. That being said, if I can just extract carbon from the atmosphere, it means I don't have to land. And I have, like, titanium and water here. The only thing I don't have here is silicon, but I don't think I care about silicon. So I don't think I care to land on this planet at all. So let's just give this boy 1 titanium so he can go here and extract a shit ton of carbon. Maybe that's a good idea? Oh, he needs iron, though, to... No. Game manual. Orbit structure is 1 iron. Yeah, he needs an iron to build the orbit structure before he can build that thing. And he can't really... I guess we could leave this here. I guess if he's not landing, he doesn't need that. That seems really good. I like that a lot, actually. Go, my dude, go. All right. So I'm going to have you take the rest of the titanium and the rest of the iron. The big downside of him not landing here is that I don't have all that space to build, but that's okay, I think. I'll have you just take 9 iron with you. That's going to be plenty. Two alloy and 2 elixir. So we'll have you take 2 alloy as well. Alright. So you're coming here. So that takes us 9 fuel to get there. If we don't go there and we go here instead, we can get away with 6 fuel, but it takes 1 extra turn. I think that's probably fine, because we gotta, like... I don't really care to stop here. I can just go straight from here to here. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I think that's the best decision. Let's do that. Is there anything else I would need? I can just take the water so that I can convert a shit ton of water to fuel down there, since I'm going to be building my fuel plant there. Although I could easily build my fuel plant here too and like make a shit ton of fuel here. Yeah, let's just take another thing of... No, you know what? No. Let's just leave some empty space so we can bring back a lot of resources. Because I want to bring back a lot of water and titanium and iron. Yeah. Okay. Start maneuver. Okay, everybody, I believe, is out of returns. Great. All right, this boy here. We just need to switch engines, and you need to go land. Start maneuver. Boop. That's your whole turn, but we're going to set you up for next turn. Buildings, structure, resource excavator. Yeah, this is actually a really good place to build the, like, converters. And a water harvester goes here. Okay. That goes there. Return to map. These boys are also out of movements. Yep, so we can end the turn. Alright, so this man here, we go ahead and we bring you over to here, my good friend. And we build one of these guys. Let's put it there, looks good. And we'll take the iron and construct. And that's all we got for today, but we can put the CO2 harvester. And you can do that next time. All right, return to map. And then you are out of moves, but you got stuff to do down here. So you're going to go ahead and construct that water blueprint. Okay. And then a methane harvester. Oh wait, we gotta have you construct this too. Okay, and then harvest methane. Boop. Buildings harvest titanium. Boop. All right. He has no more actions, so he's done. I believe all of our people are out of actions. And turn. Okay. We'll start with you. You are gonna go all the way. We're gonna you here. This man. Not the flame man I'm at. This man. We're gonna put on our big boy pants. Come all the way down to the... Oh my god. 9 fuel to get there. I guess we're just gonna waste a turn, maybe? Oh, it's not quite 1. Oh my god, that's horrible. That's horrible. Do we waste the whole turn? Oh, I have 2 people. Wait, but let's just see what happens. Yeah, we can switch them out like that. Ooh, brilliant, chats. Perfect. Oh, I'm a genius. Alright, so let's take a look at this planet here, and we'll build us some buildings. First thing we need is a scriptorum. Okay, let's just put you here so it'll allow us to touch buttons. Scriptorum is freaking huge. My goodness. Alright. Buildings. Harvest water. Oh, the water must be below depth 1, depth 0, depth 1. Alright, so we need a resource excavator as well. That could go down here. And then a water harvester. No, we can't build that. All right, yeah, let's just start with that. Not like we have any turns anyways here. Okay. So now let's take a look at our other dudes. Genius boy, that's me. That's me. All right. Construct. So now we can harvest. Give us all that carbon, baby. Woo! Carbon! Look at us making carbon. And then up here, I need you to construct. And, you know, we're going to wait on that. I think I'm just going to have you operate the methane here. Get 1 methane per action. Yikes. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have built that water thing. It's probably not going to get used, but maybe. All right, well, methane, methane. You here. Carbon, carbon, carbon. You here. Okay, we got to transfer these things down here. Construct. Great. The grand discovery greeted the settlers on the open plain. Storms thundered overhead, but the structure glowed with an energy never before cataloged. No one present could agree on its precise shape, yet all could feel its loving warmth. All right. Let's get the rest of this stuff down here. And we will construct that. Okay. And then we need a water harvester for sure. Let's construct that. And let's get our first titanium harvester up. Construct that. All right, back into the ship with you. New man. We need a fuel producer. This is titanium and iron. Probably here is best. And then we need elixir producer. How do we make elixir? Because we're going to need more elixir for the next one. Elixir requires silica. No, we don't. Well, technically we don't need elixir for the next one. Okay. So I'm not going to worry about that right this second. But we do need a stasis producer. Stasis producer. Oh, shit, we need an alloy for a stasis producer. Okay, well, alloy producer... Oh, and that requires silica. Shit. Okay, this is a huge wrench in the works. Well, let's figure out how to fix it. There's silica here. So I can send someone out on the ship here to go harvest silica. How much... but we need fuel. A silica producer takes 3 iron. So let's come back down here real quick. Let's go ahead and construct this fuel producer, because we're going to need fuel. Let's see how much it takes to get here. Yeah, you need the thrust to just get off the planet, don't you? So what if we don't go there? What if we just go here? That's all our fuel. So we can't even get off the planet effectively until we built more fuel. Okay. So we got to build fuel, but that's not hard to do. We can actually come here and build fuel right now. Boop, fuel. Great. Now I need the ship to be able to get back, so that means it needs more than just that. So let's go ahead and extract some water and then make some fuel. And we will do more of that next time. Everybody's out of actions and turn. All right, so we will go ahead and make some fuel. And now let's do our energy calculator here. Actually, we can just do reverse. We don't need the energy calculator. All right, so to get from here to here costs 5 fuel. Yeah, okay. And then to get from is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 fuel or 6 energy to get to here. So we need the ship's mass is 4, and our thing is 175, and we need 6 energy. So that's just 2 fuel. So it's 5, 6, 7, which means that the reverse is 14, and then we need to land on the planets. So this is only 105, I think. No, 115. Okay, 115. And we need 2 energy there, which is 4. So we need 10 plus 8 plus 4, 22 fuel. We need 22 fuel just to go from here to here, back to here. That's crazy. Okay. But we know how much we need. So let's come back here. And that's using the efficient method, not the inefficient method. Although the inefficient method may be fine. Let me check something here. So what if we use this, and we need 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 26 fuel. Whereas 9 energy is 5 fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 energy. Yeah, it's not quite enough shit. But we can make it in 20 fuel. So we can actually make it... No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so 9... 5, 10... 5, 10, 15, 20. So we can make it in 4, round trip in 4 actions with 20 fuel. Okay, cool. 4 actions and 20 fuel. That's going to be the way to do it. So we just need to make some more fuel here. That's exactly 20 fuel. Perfect. Okay, so now I need to see what I need on that planet. This game's pretty cool, chat. It's like an interesting little logistics puzzle. All right, on this planet, we're going to be farming. We're not going to be farming up carbon, right? I don't need carbon for anything in this chain. All I need carbon for... What do I even need carbon for? Oh, I need carbon for stasis. But I am farming carbon here, and I can take that down here. Or maybe I can take that, like, up somewhere. Maybe I can take it all up here. Maybe I can make a stasis producer here. Let me take a look here. I have 1 more iron, and we just, like, let's say we cancel that. Convert, what's the stasis? Stasis producer requires an alloy, and an iron and titanium. I can make an alloy producer here, but I don't have the silicon. Okay, return to map. We're going to be generating the silicon down here, I guess. Man, it almost feels like it would be better to just do all of that here and ignore this entirely, but I do need the iron from here, too. No, not you. Fuck off. Regardless, let me come here real quick and just do this, because this is easy. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, that man's done. And this man up here is going to be basically doing the same thing. Boop, boop. Okay, I don't have to worry about them anymore. They're done for now. Oh, and how much methane do we need, actually? No. Fuck off. So to build this, we need 3 methane. And I would like to build 3 of these. So I want 9 methane. Yeah, so I'm almost done with this planet in terms of... Yeah. We may be leaving all of these little resources behind here, sadly. Because I just put the methane here. Oh no, I'll have room for one more thing. So maybe we'll gather 9 water as well, since we already built the water processor anyways. Leave the 1 iron behind. Alright, so an iron producer costs 3 iron. How much iron do we have? 3 iron exactly. Okay, so that's just what we're going to have to do, is go make the iron producer and go from there. But yeah, so this man can just go for now. Well, he can take this extra iron with him. I can bring iron back. I can't produce titanium there, so maybe I should also take titanium with me just in case I need it for something. None of these things cost titanium, and I'm not going to be making any... I'm just mining there. So yeah, I don't think I need the titanium. Okay, so we're going to return to map. This man is going to go... No, not there. Oh, maybe there, actually. Okay, so this, with this engine, takes... No, 9.3. Okay. So start maneuver. And then we're going to here. Start maneuver. And then we're coming in here. And we're going to build an iron harvester. Okay, we got to build the resource excavator first. Then we'll build the iron harvester. And this is my carbon. I don't really care about the carbon harvester. We're not going to really harvest carbon here. Maybe we will. Wait, what? No iron. That's iron right there. Oh, I have to build this first. Construct. Silica harvester. Yeah, okay, we can fit everything in here, and we're just going to be mining here, so that's fine. So we'll construct that as well. Everybody's out of actions. End turn. All right. 2, 3, so we need to... Oh, wow, that's very slow. So let's harvest one more and build this. Okay, return to map. Here. So 4 is a whole turn of that. You're just harvesting more methane. And that just leaves you harvesting us carbon. Now, do I want to... Is that enough carbon? What do I need carbon for? I only need carbon for stasis, so this should be plenty of fucking carbon. Okay. So I think we're done here. I could harvest one more whole stack of carbon because I have the room. Ooh, the real question is he going to be able to get home? Yes, he has plenty of fuel to get back there. What about getting down here? He has enough. Okay, so we are going to have him harvest up one more stack of carbon here. Which means we're not going to harvest carbon at the other location. We are not going to harvest carbon here. We have plenty of carbon. Okay. You are just going to keep harvesting us silica. And how much silica do we need? Silica is for alloy. 1 each. So yeah, 1 stack of 9 silica is going to be plenty for now. This boy up here needs to harvest 1 more methane. Yeah, and I'm gonna have him harvest up a whole thing of water too. And then you are gonna keep making us fuel. Turn to map. You, my friend, are going to navigate to here for 5 fuel. And here on this planet, we need you to harvest us up 2 more silica. And then I need a lot of iron because we are basically out. That being said, we can use this ship to move stuff around. Right, go ahead and harvest fuel, water, fuel. Just you. I think this is your... Oh, yeah, you're going to get some water. Probably 8 water is... I don't know. We'll see. Everybody's done. Enter. Ooh, you know what? There is this artifact here I should grab. Maybe I leave the water. Maybe I get more water? Come back here in a minute? Because it's really cheap to come back here. Damaging to your emotional well-being. I hear that. Let's go ahead and grab this artifact. You here, I need more iron. Oh, shit. Well, that's not good. You're out of fuel, aren't you? Yeah, you have 1 fuel. I don't think 1 fuel gets you to here. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. Go to there. That was a mistake, but it is what it is. Okay, let's go back to this man. So this man needs to take off, and then we need to trade ships, basically. Put the little ship... No, because, shit, I need the big engine to land over there, and I need the big engine to land here. Okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal. We're going to put you into... No, maneuver only costs 1. So we're going to have you farm us... No. Just get in the ship. Take the carbon with you. Okay. Like, I can't get back down to that fucking... You know what I'm going to do? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you enough fuel to get home. How much fuel do you need to get home? Uh, 18. All right. 175. It's weird that it said that it won't let me plot the course. Ship weight of 2. We need 18. So we need 4 fuel. Yeah, 4 fuel. Will give us 18. All right. Okay, we want to turn that off. So we need 4 fuel. You're going home. Star maneuver. Okay. And you coming over here. Oh no, that's not enough fuel. Oh no. This ship is stranded. Shit. Alright, I have enough fuel here. This ship... Oh, this is terrible. Oh, and there's no way to... I either have to start the whole thing over... That's very unfortunate. Alright, well... It is what it is. You are coming. No, you're just gonna go land. If I have you take off, you're just... Yeah, it's just a waste. I gave him just enough fuel to get there, and then I gave this motherfucker fuel. Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay. I want you to farm us up another stack of titanium. And you are coming to here. On these engines. You. It's the same thing over again. But we'll make more fuel this time. Alright. It's okay. It's okay, everyone. It's not a big deal. You are going to land, I think. That takes the most of fuel, but I think it's fine. So you're gonna land. We're gonna go down onto the ground here. Take the small engine, leave it here, so I can take that with me. And you're gonna hop in the thing, return to map, and you are gonna take a trip here. Wow! So it takes 4 extra fuel if I want to make it in 1 trip. But if I don't mind making it in 2 trips, which is what I'm going to do, 2 actions, I can make it in, yeah. Start maneuver. And then here. Start maneuver, okay. And then onto the planet's surface. We're going to take some of that and some of that. Oh no, I need iron, which I left back there. Cool. Cool. I need iron. Which I left back on the other planet. Neat. Alright. Okay. Let's make some water. And some fuel. So it's 20 round trip to get back there. I should take more fuel so I can put fuel in that other thing too. Let's just take all the fuel off of this. Alright, so go here. And then go here. Okay, and then we're going to put 10 fuel there. Or 18 fuel there. Yep. And go planet side. Grab all the iron. Leave you here. No, you know what? You're coming back with me. Grab your small engines. Here. And here. I bet you this game would be really easy if you had the undo turn button. If you could, like, just go back 1 turn at a time, basically. Oh. This man. I want to see this man. All right. What are you doing here? You were doing that. Ship engines this. Oh, I need alloy for that. Okay, so we can't build that yet. Let's grab you that and that. Let's grab our silicon and our water. No, I don't need the silicon. We'll leave the silicon here. Okay. You are now going to come here. Yeah. on this planet, we are going to build, get our iron onto the planet here. All right. Buildings, convert. We need an alloy producer. We need a person on the ground. Okay, alloy producer. Can we, like, rotate this? We can. Excellent. And then we need a... So I don't know why there's 2 titaniums here. It doesn't look like this, like, requires anything, you know? We need an elixir producer. And we need a stasis producer also. Crap. Okay, so we can't make our elixir here. We're going to have to make our elixir somewhere else. Oh, maybe we can. That's the stasis producer. Elixir producer. Oh, we totally can. We can fit everything here. Okay. So we'll start with the alloy producer. Construct. And the stasis producer. This needs an alloy. Construct. Okay, everything's constructed. Great. So now we can start making stasis. Now we can start making elixir. Now we can start making alloy. Okay. You here on this planet, I need you to farm up another thing of iron for me. And that's that. Okay. So now I need... This is my alloy producer. I need 4 more alloy. That's all my silicon. Okay. Now I have 9 alloy, and I don't need any more alloy for this thing here. Oh, but I would like to make some elixir, which requires silicon. Oh, and methane. Shit. Well, I kind of wasted an alloy on that, didn't I? Crap. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. This requires titanium, water, and carbon dioxide. So we need more titanium. So let's grab titanium. Labor has no more actions. All right, so this man here is going to operate the water maker. And then we're going to operate the stasis maker. This man here is going to farm us another iron and some silicon. And this man here is stopped, right? All right, so you are going to come to here with the big engines. That's going to cost 5 fuel. Start maneuver. Okay. And then we're going to go down to the ground here. Take care of this real quick. Grab us some more silicon. Excellent. And head over here. On the planet, please. All right, we need more stasis, so we'll produce that. All right, so we got 8 stasis. That's enough for everybody. We have enough stasis for everybody. Bring the water down to the planet here. Let's convert the water all into fuel. Stasis requires carbon. You know what? Let's make 8 more carbon. Or 8 more stasis at least. So let's grab, we need 8 more titanium. you. Right. We're going to leave our little thrusters here. No, what we'll do is we'll just have someone come back here. Yeah. I shouldn't have given this guy so much fuel, but it's fine. We're just going to have someone stop back by here on the way out to help lighten the burden. And we're going to grab more iron. Okay. So we want to take a laborer here, go to stasis. Okay, that's all of our stasis needs met. And you know what? We're going to make 2 more stasis too, I think, here. Because that way they're just stacks at 9, right? All right, next thing we want to do is we want to make a bunch of, oh, you know what? Let's look at this real quick. Let's figure out how much fuel this little ship needs to get all the way home. To get the little ship all the way home, it's gonna need 5 fuel to get to here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It looks like 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the energy calculator for 175 at 2 to get to 20. Wow, is it really only 5 fuel? It's a 2 ship mass. Engine's 175. Yeah, it's only 5 fuel. So he needs 10 total fuel, which is a huge issue. Because, oh, you know what? He can pick up fuel from here. So we just want to give him... Right. Okay, so we're going to have him go from here to here. Which costs 10 fuel. So we need to give him 10 fuel. So this ship needs 10 fuel. So let's do that real quick. Let's get this ship 10 fuel. Big ship. Okay, so the big ship has 10 fuel, which will get him to land on that little planet. And how much does it cost him to get off the little planet and home? So it costs him 1 fuel to get off the planet. And then after you're off the planet, it costs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, so he needs 5 fuel to get from this planet home, if I'm not mistaken. That's the worst part, is like you gotta like trust your math. Yeah, 20, so using the big engine the whole way isn't gonna cut it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, that's only going to cost 4 fuel. So he only needs 5 fuel to get from here. So the little ships can go here and get home on 10 total fuel. And I have 18 total fuel there. Which means they can both take a stack of 9 and make it home with some to spare. So I don't need him to have any fuel to get there. And on this planet, I have 1 stack, and this is going to be in the other thing. Right, so they can both take 1 stack of this stuff home with them. Like, each ship can look like this and make it home. Okay, great. Now that means that this ship has to carry everything else back we want. Which I think I just want to make all fuel, basically. I have plenty of alloy. I have 6 alloy for the next place, plus the 3 I need for the engines. Yeah, so I think I just want to make a shit ton of fuel. Oh, goddammit, I didn't mean to make much water. Now, the real question is, do I leave people behind and try and make... I think I have plenty of time to make it back, right? Alright, he needs 10 fuel to get there. And he can go there next turn. This man, I want to keep harvesting iron. And then I want you to harvest silicate. This man is piloting the big ship. I want you to go here. Here. Yeah, see, my things must be off. No, my calculation is definitely off. Oh, no, that's just for the big ship, right. That's for the big ship because the big ship is just bigger. All right, we can't stop on these little spots here. So, yeah, it's just more efficient to do that. Go. All right, you're going. Everybody else is done, and turn. Silicon. Okay. So oh, shit. Well, making more stuff here doesn't work, because, like, unless I can send someone back? I don't know if I have enough time to send someone back because of the long trip. I think I do? Alright, well, this guy's got to go this turn. Yeah, let's just have him go. Alright, return to map. You are going to go here. Right, you don't need as much fuel to get off. Oh, shit. Okay, hang on. Hang on. So it costs us 3 fuel to get off, and then it costs us 1, 2, 3, 4. How much does it cost just go here? 17 fuel. Or 7 fuel. No. That's not worth it. I have the resources. This is complicated, chat. It's like brain-bendingly complicated here. All right. So we just need to get 9. Yeah, that's 2. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's still only 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He picks up stuff. And then he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 2. So he needs 2, 4, 6, or 2, 4, 6, and then 5, 10, 12. Yeah, 2, 2 is not giving me. Oh, right. The little engine. Right. So I need 3 there. Alright, so it's 3 to get off the planet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I still need 3 there. Alright, so 3 and 3. 3 and 3 is 6. And then to get off the planet to here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's only 2. And then 5, 10, 12 to get home with the better engine, which is also 2. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 10 total fuel, but I can get most of it there. And that means there I only need, yeah, I can just take a whole thing. So I need, to get there, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only need 6 fuel. Okay, to get there, I only need 6 fuel. Great. Go there, start maneuver. Start maneuver. All right. We're gonna transfer that and that. And then I need just 4 to get home. Let's go onto the planet's surface here. But I can take all 9. Okay, perfect. So this is now going home. You're going to here. And then we're switching out your engines, and you're going to here. All right, and you are going to go ahead and turn those 4 waters into fuel. All right. You here. Going to go ahead and mine up 4 more silicon. And then we're going to stick you and everything, and you're done for the day. Alright, so that's... You should be able to turn around and come back out in the same day. Oh, shit, I didn't do anything with that guy. God damn it, I wasted a whole day with this man. That's probably not a big deal. So, let's unload that. And that. That. Alright, so it's going to take you 7, 6, 5... Yeah, okay, we have enough time for you to turn around, but I don't think we have enough time for this man to turn around. Which is a little unfortunate. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit, chat. Yeah, I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I don't want to use this big giant ship again. Oh wait, what is down here? There's a lot of resources down here. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Alright, we're going to have you turn around. Five and 5 is 10. Yeah, you have plenty to get home after that. Not nearly enough. Okay. So we have to go here. You're ready to go. You're going to go to here. And then you're going to switch out your engines and go home. Here, the big engines. Do I have enough? Oh, did I mess this up again? So that gets me on and off the planet. It takes 9 just to get down to that planet. That's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if I just want to go back home, let's say. I would like to go home with the little engines. Yeah, it only costs... Okay, I have enough. I have enough fuel. Great. You are going to go ahead and mine up 4 more titanium. And you are going to turn around and head back out. Unload. Unload. Oh shit, is 4 fuel enough to get you back there? Nope. Nope, 4 fuel isn't even enough to get you back out there. Fuck! Can I trade mid-gap here? I don't know if I can trade mid-gap. I gotta try. I think that's my only hope. Because this guy's got to stop here, so it's 5. 4, 3. to... Yeah, I don't think they make it back off if I don't do that. If I don't trade mid-gap. Oh, what if you go... How much fuel? No, it's not going to be enough extra fuel. Well, this may be a complete failure, chat, but we're gonna find out. We are about to find out right now. Start maneuver. Oh no, they're gonna pass each other. That's what's gonna happen, is they're gonna pass each other. Yeah. Like, they could be in the same spot, but he's gonna immediately go there, and he's gonna immediately go there. Yeah, so like, I just lose everybody now, because I can't take that one turn back. Because I have no ship that can make it down here. That's unfortunate. Alright, well I really like this game, but it is also just an impossible amount of logistics for you to... It's like, we're gonna end ship, see now they're both out here. And now I don't think I have enough fuel for anyone to get anywhere, basically. I think all my fuel is stuck down here. So you can, oh no, you can't transfer while ships are moving. Okay. Good to know, good to know. And I don't think that one extra fuel helps. All right, like if I go here, don't think that one extra fuel helps us. Yeah, so this boy here, who has one move, he can't even get here. No, he can. He can get there. But there's not a reason to. Yeah, see, this costs 9, and we already know that 9 costs 5 to get down. So yeah, we just don't have enough fuel. The whole world is over. Yeah, sad. I didn't go. Duke, hello. It's lovely to see you. Sadly, we're going to be ending stream. I don't think I feel up to doing another one of these right now. The game's really cool, but like 1 or 2 logistical mistakes, and you can ruin hours of work because there's no undo button. I just needed to undo enough to like let all my ships get back here and keep all my extra fuel in one ship, as opposed to having to have multiple ships come down here over and over again. But yeah, now like this guy just does not have the fuel. Like he can get here. He can get here no problem. But he can't get to here. Oh my god. Why can't I click on things? Oh wait, he can. No, he can't, yeah. He's just shy. Just shy. When it started, we lost half our population overnight. Since then, our losses have conformed to a Neperian progression. Over the course of several lived years, we transmitted our initial findings, but our further studies would be suicide. You have run out of time. Every turn after this one, the solar system will slowly be consumed. Return all your ships and exiles to your vaults. Begin habitation. All right. So, this man cannot even go here, I don't think. Yeah, no, he's just insufficient energy. Everyone has died. Have 4 exiles die at once. Yeah, the game itself isn't that tough. It's just that you have to see really far into the future. It's a really cool game. I really like it. It's basically a board game. But you just have to be able to think really far ahead. Like, really far ahead. That was the first non-tutorial map. And you had 30 turns, and I'm guessing you're going to only have more turns as time progresses. And yeah, like, boy, you got to think really far ahead. But it's fun. I really like it. I really do like it a lot. I think it's a very cool game. There's a lot of really interesting strategy to it. And you're just going to get better at knowing the little logistical ins and outs as you play more. So, anyways, that was Banished Vault, guys. I want to thank everybody for being here today. We're not going to raid anybody again. I don't know what I'm going to stream again next. We'll figure it out. I'll let you know on the Discord. So, thank you guys for being here, and I will talk to you again soon. Adios. Yeah, exactly. You get better at it with repeated plays. Yeah, for sure. But thanks for stopping in, Duke. It was lovely to see you guys. I'll see you guys again soon.